my name's NMaigur, and I am from the beautiful state of South Carolina. Today, I will be discussing the importance of an informed consent form while also providing clarity on any differences found between the ACA Code of Ethics and the South Carolina Code of Ethics. So, let's start with a quote from Jeffrey Carlisle and Ann Newlich. This article was from 2010. For physicians, explaining the risks and benefits of treatment options so that individuals can make informed decisions may well be one of their most important roles. I remember the first time I ever met with my counselor. I was scared, I was nervous, and I was hopeful for change. I remember doing this informed consent form and talking it over with my counselor. She did a great job of walking the line of giving me the information I needed without overwhelming me with stress. So, let's talk about an informed consent form. After doing some research, I found an example from the Dogwood Counseling Services in North Charleston, South Carolina. So within this form, I looked and I saw that the ACA Code of Ethics is a lot more deeper and has a lot more parameters than the South Carolina Code of Ethics. So this individual counselor started his form with just the best way to communicate with the office and the counselor. The next piece that he included there was the professional counselor's information. So it had academic information, it had his licensure information, and it also had areas of interest. So the next piece here is the ethics that the counselor follows. He included the two pieces. He included South Carolina's Code of Ethics and the ACA Code of Ethics. And he also put in a few examples in his form just to give clients a better view. But it looks like in this particular form, he kept his form brief and just listed those two codes for the clients to go ahead and look at themselves. The next piece is the confidentiality piece there, and he also gave a lot of examples explaining why and when it would be appropriate for him to breach that confidentiality. The next piece was the fees associated with the services and then their cancellation policy. And the last piece, which I really liked, was just a little more information on what the counseling process looked like. So they included in their informed consent that therapy can be a challenging process and may not be the only solution to the concerns you want addressed. Therapy sometimes makes behaviors and emotions more intense before they get better. And therapy is not always successful and may open unexpected emotionally sensitive areas. I thought that this was so crucial and so important to the counseling relationship when you're building trust between a client and a professional counselor. And I think it also relates to a biblical principle in 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 8:21 says, "For we are taking pains to do what is right, not only in the eyes of the Lord, but also in the eyes of man." So by sharing this information and this depth of what the possibilities are when coming into a counseling relationship, we're sharing that pain, we're sharing all the truth that's there. So when we look at the research, we can see that the Dogwood Counseling Services form aligns with the ACA Code of Ethics and the South Carolina Code of Ethics. I was really grateful for this assignment because it opened my eyes to see what some of the examples are out there and also what I need to include in an informed consent form moving forward. Before I go, I do have one question, and that is, when having a client read and fill out an informed consent form, what is the average time spent discussing this form? Is there an average time that's acceptable, or is this something where we work at the client's pace? Is it at the individual's level with whatever questions they have? I know for mine it was a quick 15-20 minute conversation, but maybe some individuals need more. So I would love to hear a little bit more about any experiences you've had with counselors, and if you know the answer to that question. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing your discussions as well.